Hey, what's going on? Another Brad Tragick video. Gonna be kind of a quicker one. You're gonna get ready for work, starting to get ready to head to work. I'll make this quick, short, to the point. 14 bands, hell yeah, time again. I got a good one for you, real quick. It's gonna be a quick one too. So get on your headphones and listen closely. Got some great bands for you in this list. Number one, Ducky and the Vintage. Ducky Duke from The Voice this year. If you watch The Voice, you know this guy. He's amazing. The band's pretty good. You know, yeah. So it's really, really good. They got a video from there. You can check it out. Definitely check him out. Really good. Kind of, rockish. Really rockish. Um, Wolves in the Throne Room is number two. Wolves in the Throne Room. Got this from Metal D from the Off the Rope show. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry. If you do, I applaud you. The Wolves in the Throne Room, kind of like a black metal, kind of opera infused metal sound. I haven't listened to a whole lot of music, but I listened to a couple other songs, and they're pretty good. I like them. So if you like, black metal, progressive metal kind of thing, and opera kind of mixed in. I don't know about the opera thing, but they kind of sound like the music in the background kind of sounds like opera type music. Kind of like, kind of memorable of kind of thinking of Theory on a little bit. So Wolves and Throne are really, really good. Definitely check them out if you're a fan of progressive metal in the stance that they have like long songs and things like that. The next person is Steve Sweetie. I had a message in my YouTube box. I don't know when it was from, but Steve Sweetie, thank you for your email. Tell your buddies to email me. I have no problem putting anybody on my 14 bands. Makes less trouble for me having to go hunt for him. So thank you. Steve Sweetie, his channel is under StevieTrockit, and I put it in parentheses, so you'll see that in the description box down below. Check him out. He's an R&B singer, pretty good. People compared him in the comments to Jodeci. Kind of sounds like him, I guess. Pretty good singer. Pretty good singer. Check him out. Steve Sweetie. I think that's what he wants to be called, but it didn't say it anywhere on one of the videos. That's all. So I don't know. Then we got a guy. I don't usually do this, but this guy messaged me, and he was kind of, and I feel for guys like that because I used to do that all the time too, trying to get noticed, trying to get my music out there, and let me tell you, it didn't really work at all. I think it worked like one time. So maybe this is the one time for this guy. He's a beats guy, so if anybody's looking for beats, this guy's pretty good. He does some cool beats. I do look for beats occasionally, but I'm not willing to pay for them right now. So, eventually, here shortly, I probably will be paying for them to try and get some more music out to the masses, hopefully. So Ritual 7288, I have the name down below. I actually have a link to the video, so that's probably easier. Just go there, message the guy on YouTube. I don't know if you can do that anymore on YouTube. Anyway, comment below on this video. He'll probably get that way. Cool beats guy. Check him out. Number 5, Rolling Stones. Yes, I have not put Rolling Stones on here yet. I don't believe. If I did, I apologize. I don't think I need to describe the Rolling Stones. Classic rock band. They've been around. Painted Black. Is really the only song I'm a fan of. So, they have other ones. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I think it was on The Voice this year. Pretty good band. Really, really old. I'm not a huge fan of them. I mean, they're a great band. They're an iconic band. So check them out if you've never heard the Rolling Stones, which doesn't shock me. Next band is Thank You to That Metal Show, which kind of kept me on a journey here when I found Montrose. Montrose, for those of you who don't like to check the list. It is Sammy Hagar's old band, I believe. One of Sammy Hagar's old band. He may have had more. And I think he did. But Montrose would be one of the band. Really good stuff. And inviting this, there's another band, his current band, which I will not speak of. Actually, I will speak of here in a second. They actually did some Montrose songs because when they come up with that band name right down below doing the same song. So I'm like, okay. So people who've never heard of Montrose, when that band came out, they got to hear those songs and thought they were fresh and new, which they weren't. Anyway, moving on. Number 6, and there's a video for Montrose where everything. So number 7 is, I'm going to get this name wrong. I'm going to say it wrong, and I apologize to any fans of Yngwie Malmsteen. Yngwie Malmsteen. I can't say it right. This dude is amazing. If you like instrumental stuff, which I don't know if he sings or anything. I think I heard something. He sang on one album or something. But I think he mainly does instrumental type of stuff. But great musician. If you like that kind of instrumental metal style, This dude is amazing, and the next two guys are right behind him in amazingness. The next guy, Steve Vai, incredible. Never seen the guy, never heard his music, I don't think. And I listened to this dude the other day when I was trying to accomplish the 14 bands, and I was like awestruck. I had to listen to almost most of the song, and I was like, oh man. It's like, but my goal here, I'm trying to get the 14 bands, so I had to stop for a moment. And, but this dude's amazing. I'll definitely be adding him to my list to check out later in the future to listen to. So yeah, really good. Check out Steve Vai if you never heard him. I have a link below to check out a random song. I don't know what songs these guys are popular from, the instrumentals and everything. So sue me. So number 9 would be Joe Satriani. Going in the theme here of instrumental, major instrumental people that people know. Even though those 3 people that I've mentioned, they're instrumental people. You mainly know them. You've heard of them. So, it's no surprise that a lot of people will probably know those guys when they go to the video and they're like, "Oh, really? You're putting them on the list?" Yeah, because I've never put them on there before. Eventually, I'm going to put every band on this list. That's my goal, to put every mainstream artist at least on this list that I've heard of. So then we're going to know the number 10. And some of these I'm probably going to go grab some links real quick. But if I don't, apologize. You can look for them on here because they're all going to be mainstream bands. It's going to be, number 10 will be Chickenfoot. Chickenfoot is Sammy Hagar's new band that he has with, I believe, one of the members of Van Halen, Alex, and I only know this from that metal show because they were talking about it. And like I said, they sing some Montrose songs, so from his older days in that band. So definitely check that out. Pretty good stuff. I haven't really heard too much of Chickenfoot, but I heard it's pretty good. People say it's pretty amazing if you like Sammy Hagar. So some other band is I'm gonna pull up something here. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up something real quick here. Bear with me, folks. I really wanted to get the 14 bands out. Because I usually try and do one at least once a week, on my days off and everything, so yeah. Sorry, bear with me. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let me go down here. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, I got some good ones I can put on here. Alright, next, number 11 is going to be Hayseed Dixie. Holy crap. If you haven't heard these people, I don't know if they're a cover band or what, but the songs I heard, they were doing a hillbilly heavy metal soundtrack thing that I listened to, and wow, that's all I gotta say about that. Really weird, eclectic kind of stuff. They were, singing some odd songs to have, for, it was just odd. It was odd, very, very odd. So to have that, was amazing. Not really sure. Sorry, I'm trying to add the list. Next one's going to be number 12. It's going to be Kilgore. Great band. I have another band, but I don't want to pull it up and waste time for you guys. So I'm not really going to add to your boredness out there. So not going to really do that. So I'm just going to go with Kilgore. Kilgore is really good, number 12. Really good band from back in the day. I remember seeing them at Ozfest. They had a song called, I believe, Steamroller. That's really, really good. So check out Kilgore's Steamroller. Kilgore Steamroller. There you go. Kilgore's the band. Steamroller's the song. There you go. Check it out. Really, really good. That's, I think, one of the best songs on the album. They're decent. They're around, I think they only released one album. And then the other band members probably spun off the other bands. I don't know where they all went. But they're all great musicians, and the singer was great. He's probably in the band that I probably heard of, and I didn't even know. So, There you go. So definitely check out Kilgore. I love that. I love that band. I used to play it a lot when I first got it, until after I figured out they weren't going to go anywhere anymore. All right. So number 13 is, and I believe I've had them on the list, but since I've been talking about Montrose, Chickenfoot, I decided I'll throw them on here again. Hey, they're relevant. And I always said that I will not duplicate an artist unless they are relevant. So now I will talk about Van Halen. Now I did happen to, because I've always been kind of, let me say this. I've been very critical of Van Halen because of the songs I've heard, I have not been a fan of. But I did go back and listen to some Van Halen albums a while back, and they're actually not that bad. I'm actually a decent fan of them now. I'm not a huge fan, but I respect their music now. I like their music. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a huge fan, but I can stand to listen to a few tunes off their older albums. But if you go back and want to listen to, I don't know. I had I can't remember the name. I don't remember the name of the albums. But I think it's 1955 or something like that. Something like that. But I mean, they're okay. If you like Van Halen, if you ever heard Van Halen, go check them out. It's really hard to explain. I think they're a breed of their own. Really, I can't think of anybody to explain what they sound like. I guess you can kind of say like kind of the hair metal bands or kind of the power metal bands, back in the day. But even that doesn't give them justice. They're just a really kind of, I guess, musicianship type of band back in that time. So they were kind of ahead of their time. I think if they would have been together now, I think they probably would, they probably wouldn't be as respected as back then, but I think they would fit in more today than they would back then. That's just my opinion. And then we get to the last band, and I'm pretty sure I have not spoke about this band before. If I have, it's been in one of my videos about my favorite artists or things like that. But I'm just going to throw them in there at the end here. Number 14, Pride and Glory. If you've never heard of this band, it's because probably you know the singer from other things. Pride and Glory is actually one of the first bands, just so I don't put myself in a loophole here, one of the first bands that Zakk Wylde came out with. I don't know if this was after Ozzy or before Ozzy. I want to say before Ozzy, but I could be wrong. But I believe this came after Ozzy. And like I said, I could be wrong. But I believe this came after he stopped working with Ozzy and he got into Pride and Glory. And then that led to him going out and doing Black Label Society. And kind of broke off from there. So Pride and Glory was basically, I think, the essence and what becomes later on Black Label Society. But Pride and Glory is more like a laid-back sound, more of like a southern rock type of feel. But it does have hints of metal in there every once in a while. But it's more like a laid-back type of album. So if you like his laid-back stuff, his softer stuff, the softer side of Zakk Wylde, then you'll definitely like Pride and Glory. It's an amazing album. If you're a fan of Zakk Wylde, you have to check the album out. If you're not going to buy the physical album, which sometimes it might be hard to find nowadays, if you cannot find the physical album, definitely download it. Definitely find it. Pay for it. I would pay for it. This is amazing stuff. This is an album you would want to own if you do have it. If they ever remaster it and release it, if they already have, you definitely need to pick up a copy. Keep it in your house, download it, keep it on a safe location because this is music that will be, it's amazing. Anytime that I want to go back and listen to the great Zakk Wylde and I don't want to be disappointed, I always go back to Pride and Glory. This stuff is amazing. You won't be disappointed if you go back and you want to hear some good Zakk Wylde. You go back and listen to Pride and Glory. Amazing stuff. And even the first Black Label Society CD, it just shows you right there that Zakk Wylde was going to go off into greatness, and I knew this dude was going to blow up if he ever got any mainstream success, and he did. So there you go, he blew up. So there you go, Pride and Glory, number 14 band. So a really great, a lot of mainstream type of bands kind of thrown in there. And I'll try and run through and get some videos, some links for you guys real quick. My computer is kind of slow getting the links and stuff, so sometimes it takes a little slower. So that's why I was kind of on the last 5 bands. So 14 bands, another success, another list on the shelf, so to speak. Definitely go back and check out all my 14 bands. They are now in a playlist. Oh yeah, in a playlist. So you can go and play every single one of them, hear about all these new bands, get your notebook ready, and write them all down. and go check them out on YouTube or Reverb Nation. Definitely check out Reverb Nation. A lot of artists out there you've never heard of, so definitely do that. And for all you people who post like Pantera and crap on Reverb Nation, knock it off. It's not for that. Save that for YouTube, for God's sakes. Jiminy. Alright, anyway. This has been another 14 bands. Definitely check out my past 14 bands list and check out Brad Tragick's music. I have a new track called ESD out. Definitely check out that and tell me what you think about that track. For everybody else, subscribe up above. Tell your buddies about 14 bands if you're a music aficionado and want to hear new music. Definitely. No rap this one. Sorry, just beat person. Later.